The forecast calls for metal with a blizzard of Oz on the way.
Oh, that irate.
And 100% chance of raining blood. As our hosts John and Mark meet up with Slayer's Kerry King and his deadly snakes.
In normal terms, you'd say this snake's rock and roll, but this snake's metal.
Plus an exclusive metal jam with Byron of God Forbid, Richard Christie from The Howard Stern Show, and our own Metal Mike. This is Talking Metal on Fuse.
Metal!
And here to talk metal at a combined age of 126 years, your hosts, John and Mark.
John, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm really psyched to be back here on Fuse.
I am totally psyched. John and I have had a lot of fun doing the Talking Metal podcast and TalkingMetal.com for a number of years now.
2.5 years.
We did a pilot for Fuse last fall.
And because of all of the great Talking Metal listeners and Fuse viewers, we are back for more, as Rat would say.
Absolutely. Mr. Metal Mike,
Right on.
you
Thank
have
you.
the
Right.
licks that just blow my mind. Metal Mike is the one-man house band here on Talking Metal on Fuse, and we are psyched you are back with us, and you're going to be here every episode.
Yes, I am. And thank you
Absolutely.
for having me, guys.
A lot of people talking about somebody else on the show, another guy.
People like Rob Halford and Judas Priest, and all of the fans want to know who is Bud Friendly.
And Bud Friendly wants to know, who are the fans?
No one has ever seen this man without the mask on.
Well, Bud, whoever you are, thanks for being here, man.
At my age, it's great to be anywhere.
This stage, I feel like, is just slanting this direction because the metal knowledge on this couch here is just insane. We have Ian Christie, author, radio host on Sirius, has written 2 great books, both of which I've read numerous times. Sound of the Beast, Everybody Wants Some, an excellent radio show, Bloody Roots. On
Serious Heart Attack, yeah, thanks.
Sitting right next to Ian, we have the world's #1
Biff.
Saxon fan.
Yeah.
Eric Bones of Steel. Bone and Steel.
Eric and I bonded many years ago on our man crush for Biff from Saxon.
And we've got 2 people that I once met at a Motley Crue concert and said, look at these 2 metal chicks. And we've got Rachel and Grace. How you guys doing?
Right on. Great, man. It's good to see you again.
Thanks, great to see you. Now, the coolest thing is we have some great guests on this episode. We've got Ozzy, we've got Kerry King from Slayer, and you guys actually love these people so much that you have Slayer and Ozzy tattoos.
Yeah, we do. Got one on my forearm right here. The ultimate
Got
sin
that.
right here, man.
Cool.
Thank you,
We're
guys.
honored you guys are here. Let's talk some Slayer. John and I actually did some partying with Kerry.
Kerry King,
We were out in
absolutely.
Orange County, California. Hung out at one of Kerry's favorite bars with him,
Yeah,
Napa 29. When you go back to your younger days, like late 70s, early 80s, what were some of the metal bands that helped form who you are?
Van Halen.
Van Halen?
You know, I saw Van Halen probably 6 times in their first 3 albums. And then after that, I never saw them again. And I don't want people to think I don't like Van Halen. I love Van Halen, but when they became a pop band, I didn't care. My first introduction to Judas Priest was probably on Breaking the Law. And I'm like, man, a couple guitars, that's cool. Singer's badass. Then you buy the record and you're like, but there's all these other songs that kill those 2.
Yeah.
You know, and then next time they came through town was on Point of Entry.
Great record, too.
It's kind of odd in traditional Priest fashion. It wasn't just full-blown metal like I
Right.
expected. And I went and saw him play, and Maiden opened for him. I'm sorry, Rob. I'm sorry, Glenn. Sorry, KK. Iron Man kicked the out of you that tour.
Let's talk about Raining Blood.
We did it as a one-off for the DVD.
talking about the time when the rain was all over his guitar. I say rain, but it was really blood, and he said it felt like WD-40 on his guitar strings.
And then we wanted to take it out for the Jaeger tour in 2004. It was hit and miss. It was good some nights, it wasn't good other nights.
We'll see you in hell. So we left the bar, headed over to check out Kerry King's snake collection. You know, Kerry brought the snakes out, he wrapped them around us. I was a little freaked out, and then I actually started to like it, and I actually felt comfortable around the snakes for the first time in my life.
I was completely stiff, and I was almost afraid to move when I had those snakes on me because the head just was kind of lurking around. And
Every time I touch a snake, I also get really stiff.
I love it.
Especially big snakes.
I think it's great that you're actually doing the breeding.
I have a reputation in the snake world for breeding stuff, and people don't even know I play guitar, which is cool. Yeah, but we got good stuff in here. Cool. Well, see, these are all carpet pythons right here. That's a natural appearing specimen. This is a color morph that's man-made.
Just through breeding and
through breeding.
Yeah.
So once you get that, that's what people like. That's what people are into. These ones are called jaguars. That's one of the most popular morphs right now. This one is pretty cool. That's called a granite pattern. See how different it is from anything you've seen. And then I want to show this one because I produced this last year and he's pretty sexy.
Wow.
In normal terms, you'd say this snake's rock and roll, but this snake's metal. I would love for everybody in the carpet community to see this snake because it's going to be cool. Next year, he's going to be bred.
It's real science behind all this.
Yeah, it's genetics.
And what is your most dangerous snake?
Probably that big-ass albino right here. I don't touch retics. King don't touch a retics.
Wow.
I mean, they're so strong. It's amazing how strong they are. And so many of my friends get hit and their tendons get ripped. And I can't do that.
Yeah, sure. It's your
I
career.
can't.
Yeah. And what would you feed a snake like that?
Pretty much anything it wants.
Wow.
Kerry does an amazing job at breeding these snakes. Through genetics, has come up with these cool-looking snakes, and they're very unique designs. And a lot of people in the snake community don't even know that this is the guy who plays guitar in one of the greatest heavy metal bands of all time. One of the nicest guys in metal,
Absolutely.
without question.
Without a doubt.
Coming up, classic stories from a talkative Ozzy.
That's our Christmas card.
You'll go, oh, that Ozzy.
And a visit to the Talking Metal set from a different Ozzy. Plus, our hosts go south of heaven with some die-hard Slayer fans when Talking Metal on Fuse returns. And now, a word from the metal fans. It's I Got Something to Say.
Metal's in here, metal's in my heart. I love it.
Slayer, Metallica, Megadeth, bands like that, Blessed Death, Nuclear Assault, Crumb Suckers.
No other genre will you go to a show and see people like running around like crazy, just venting out.
You go there, you get all your stress out, and you freak out, and it's just life, man. You're alive.
We pick you up when you fall down. Just don't be a wise guy.
And keep the metal alive in your heart.
Hey kids, we're back. It's Talking Metal on Fuse.
The talent is astronomical on this stage at this point.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Unbelievable.
One of the biggest, actually the biggest heavy metal rocker
Rock
ever.
icon. You can't get any bigger than Ozzy, and we had the unbelievable opportunity to meet up with him backstage. And let me tell you, he was the Prince of Darkness. He looked he acted and even smelled like the Prince of Darkness.
Oh yes, that's true. He did smell like the Prince of Darkness. Yeah.
He smelled like the Prince of Dankness.
Ozzy, I've met Ozzy numerous times. He always smells nice. You know?
Right.
Say what you want. But
To me,
the
he
man
smelled like he
smells
just came right out of like Dracula's castle. I mean, it was cool. It was a good smell. Now, Ozzy, I consider Wizard of Oz and Diary of a Madman the Bible for what I consider heavy metal music.
It was just a fun period in my life. You know, it's kind of like every emotion, like devastation. My father dies, Black Sabbath boot me out. I find Randy Rhoads, I think he's going to go work, then my wife divorces me. And it was like that all for a few years. And when Randy got killed, I remember saying to Sharon, I'm out of here, I can't take this anymore. And so she goes, no, you're not. And she goes, you know, Randy wouldn't have wanted that, you know.
Ian, your favorite post-Sabbath Ozzy?
It has to be Diary of a Madman.
Yeah,
it's got the
amazing
gothic
record.
touches, and you know, excellent Randy Rhoads guitar playing all the way through.
And a lot of people, when they think of Ozzy, they think of Randy, they think of Zach. But what about Jake? What about Jake?
I love Jake. I remember the white SG he had in the Shot in the Dark video, and I know that was sort of a poppy song, but I love that.
Oh yeah, Jackie Lee was a good guitar player. A harmless guy, he was very to himself. In actual fact, more than as much rather as playing guitar. We didn't sort of messing around with old cars and things, you know?
Oh yeah? I never knew that Jakey Lee liked old cars.
Absolutely. We learned something from Ozzy in this interview.
Educational.
And I asked Ozzy about his relationship with Zach, and what's so wild is...
And that's wild with a Y.
that Zach has been with Ozzy basically his entire adult life.
I've watched this guy come from being a tall, skinny guy with a dream that he wanted. And I've always said to people, you know, if you have a dream and you really want it to happen, just keep going, because eventually you'll get some success. And I watch this Zach grow into this monster, you know. The Zach that joined me is nowhere near what the Jack is. He's progressing in just so many ways.
So we heard that Kelly bought Ozzy yet another dog.
11 dogs.
11 dogs.
So it's Christmas Day. She goes, do you want your Christmas present, Dad? Oh yeah, and a dog.
Right.
I can't go another bag of to clean up, you know.
We just got a golden retriever
Great,
puppy.
great dog.
Yeah.
I got one in England. He's so clever.
We actually named him in your honor. His name's Ozzy.
Oh, thanks for that. Dog named after me. Couldn't be like a. I feel really happy though.
Yeah,
So when
that's
he
our
takes
Christmas.
you'll go, oh, that Ozzy.
Oh, well, we love Ozzy, and we love Ozzy the dog. He's awesome, and welcome.
Can he sing?
He can't sing.
I can tuck my leg up the wall.
I have a ferret named Sharon.
And here he is, Ozzy Ozdog. Ozzy, come on. Here is Ozzy the dog. That's Ozzy is a 7.5-month-old golden retriever from an English line,
Much like Ozzy,
much
right?
like Ozzy Osbourne, and very light in color. And very pleased to be here, although it looks like he's leaving.
He's leaving.
He's off to record his record, Bark at Intruders.
Well, Ozzy, we know you have a show to do.
Yeah, I do. I've got to get on. Nice talking to you, sir.
We really appreciate you.
Excellent.
hanging
Ozzy,
out
thank
with
you
us.
very much.
You're welcome.
Well, I think Ozzy was just excited to take the stage, but he almost stole our microphone back.
Either that, or he was a little freaked out that the guy interviewing him had actually named his dog after him.
Absolutely.
After the break, get ready to bang your head, because it's the Talking Metal Jam and the Metal Detector, only here on Talking Metal on Fuse. But first, it's the Talking Metal Top 3 with Lamb of God.
Hey, this is Lamb of God, and these are our top 3 worst places for a cold sore.
Number 1. Number 3, taint.
Ooh,
bad one. Number 2.
Genitals, I guess. Not too bad.
Number 1.
On your sound guy's lip. Stay away from herpes.
Hey, what's up? This is Howard. Kill switch engaged. You're watching Talking Metal on Fuse. Bye.
And we're back with more Talking Metal on Fuse. And now, it's time for the Metal Detector.
My favorite part of the show, Metal Detector, to tell you guys about some new metal that I'm listening to. Sean Baker, the Sean Baker Orchestra. This guy is the greatest guitar player you have never heard of. MySpace.com, the Sean Baker Orchestra. Next one, Pagan Fire, a great new compilation by Nuclear Blast. This album has so many great bands: Enslaved, Amon Amarth, Equilibrium, and Bathory. Ian, tell me about Bathory.
Well, Bathory basically wrote the blueprint for all black metal. In their later years, went on to basically start this whole pagan metal thing, to really get into the Viking heritage.
MySpace.com/PaganFestUSA.
And the Pagan Fest 2008 tour is going to hit North America in April and May, featuring bands from the album.
This has been the Metal Detector.
So last week we hung out with Metal Mike and we got to jam with 2 other great musicians. Byron from God Forbid.
God Forbid has a new DVD out, Beneath the Scars of Glory and Progression.
You know, there's live footage and then there's a concert. So it's gonna be pretty action-packed, 10 years in the making.
And Richard Christie from Iced Earth, Death, and now with the Howard Stern Show.
I jump out of bed knowing I get paid to go and have fun. I get paid to go and make prank calls and be a goofball.
Richard is such an amazing drummer, played in Death. A lot of people say Death put the death in death metal. What do you guys on the couch think about that?
Death definitely is one of the seminal bands for that. They were the first, I think, American band to really do it.
For me, Death, Symbolic, and the Sound of Perseverance are my favorite records. And I've really enjoyed meeting Rich for the first time and jamming with him. Like, we're literally within 7 minutes we met. We're like, you ready to do okay, let's go.
It was a blast for us.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun jamming with Richard.
It was so cool because we played South of Heaven.
It's time for Talking Metal's Metal Jam.
South of Heaven is an interesting song for Slayer because it kind of felt like maybe they slowed things down a little on that record, and brought in a way, some more Sabbath-y influences.
Even though Slayer might have been slowed down, it was still really tough to play that tune.
Props for a guitar player or any musician to come up with a riff that is memorable forever. Like, if you're not a Slayer fan, you still might know that riff.
Unforeseen future nestled somewhere in time. Unsuspecting victims, no warnings, no signs. Judgment Day, the second coming arrives. Before you see the light, you must die. Passing sun speed, get your counting
This is our first time jamming. There was no rehearsal whatsoever. Richard joined us, a great, great vocalist. Byron Davis, an amazing vocalist from God Forbid. What a strong, strong voice on this guy.
When we were jamming and the chorus came up and I can hear his vocals, I was getting chills at that time.
Oh,
he was
what
so
a
cool.
voice.
So I want to thank all of you guys for coming down and hang out with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
We really appreciate it.
And check out fuse.tv/talkingmetal for behind-the-scenes clips and some Talking Metal extras. And it's also going to link to our website, talkingmetal.com.
We'll see you next time on Talking Metal on Fuse.
That's it, motherfuckers. I'm going home.